Alright, we're finally starting up Season 2 of our International Misfits franchise. So, just to freshen up on what happened last time, we went through a full season and I created a team based off of the players out of all the international teams that are on the lower end. So all the teams other than like Team Canada, Team Sweden, Team Germany, Slovak, Czech, Russia, and so on, Finland, all the other teams like Team Great Britain, Team Ukraine, other teams like that. So I based the jerseys off of Team Ukraine with the colors, although I ended up with kind of an orange. And then we went with the bear as the logo because that's the Ukraine's animal according to Google. And then from there we just plug and played all those lower end players. They're between the age of 24 and 17, 18 with decent potential. I mean, I do have some guys that have top 6 potential, but they're players that are 23, 24, and like in their mid 70s. So we've already played a full season like that. I think we had 8 or 9 wins the whole 82 games, which I mean, compared to the Great Britain team that I did before is a huge improvement, but still not as good as you'd want. So we ended up moving on from some players that didn't develop at all and actually got worse, and we kept some players that did develop and then added new players that fit the mold for what we're looking for, which is a player that you would consider a misfit, somebody who either wasn't getting a chance elsewhere or was on the verge of becoming a bust and just needed that one more chance to show what they got. So that's what this whole franchise mode is about, is finding those gems, those diamonds in the rough that just need one more chance to show what they got and possibly become an NHL mainstay. So we'll take a look at the players that we do have. So Rudolf Balcers, he's got the top 9 potential. He was 77 overall, and he developed into an 80 overall so far. He's 24, so he still has a few years to get even better. We've got Philip Schlappick, who we picked up on free agency. He's got top 6 potential, 24 years old, 79 overall. We did not have him last season. Like I said, we picked him up on during free agency. Wiederer, he's one of the guys we got on Team Germany. 24 years old, bottom 6. I believe he was actually AHL top 6 potential when we got him, and he was late 60 overall, like 68, 69 overall, and now he's a 75. He's definitely not NHL quality, but he has developed, so we'll see what he does again in this season. Studenik, he also developed, and a guy that we picked up to start the year when I was making the team. And then we'll go to Texier, who's actually an NHL player. Well, he was a depth player when I grabbed him. I grabbed him from Team France. He was 21. He was 70. I believe he was 79 or 80 overall, and he's developed up to an 83 second line forward type player with the top 6 potential. So he's developing exactly how you'd want. He was the #1 center that year. Right now I have him on the second line just because of chemistry, but otherwise he'd be on the first line, and he should be getting more minutes anyways because he's an 83. Bergman, he's another guy that I picked up. I think he's also German, off Team Germany, 21 when I got him. I think he was early 70s, like maybe 71 or 70. He's got the bottom 6 potential. Braden Burke. Oh, he's Canadian. But we picked him up because I think we picked him up in the free agency. And we did that because he's got the bottom 6 forward potential. I believe he was, I think he was 73, 74. And he's gone up to a 75 just over the summer. We've got Lane Peterson, who's, I think we picked him up this summer. I can't remember, but he's, oh no, he was an AHL player. So we just re-signed him and brought him up. But he fits the Misfits mold. David Case or Kase. He's Slovak or Czech. He fits the mold. Top 9 potential, 24 years old. Zwerger. He is from Poland. 25 now, so he doesn't have much time to develop. He'll probably end up playing in the AHL this year, unless we don't have anyone else to play. Steenbergen, top 9 forward, 76 overall, 23 years old. So he's got the potential. He's 23 now, so he should really be getting up there in his abilities. But we'll go from there. We'll see how he does. Lucas Jasek, we picked him up in free agency, but I do know he's a Canucks prospect. He's got the top 9 potential. He's 24 now, so he only has 1 or 2 years to develop, and then he is what he is. But that top 9 potential, if he gets some NHL time, he could develop into a top 9 forward. So that's the forwards. Defense, Capobianco. He's 24, top 4 potential, so he's really right on the cusp of breaking out into what he's going to be going forward. He's considered a depth defenseman right now. Moritz Seider, picked him up off of Team Germany. He's obviously a top prospect in the game, top 4 potential. He was 80 overall when we picked him up. But he was only 19. I mean, he fits the mold just because he's super young. Young guys don't usually get a chance, and he's available on Team Germany, which, like, Team Germany still doesn't get all the credit they deserve for their development in their players and how they've been growing as a hockey country. So yeah, I consider him to be a misfit. And then we'll go to Cam Dineen, 23, top 6D potential. Saariarvi, top 4, 24 years old, 75 overall. So he's kind of on the cusp of either being a bust or making it. We've got Sosinov, 6'8". I think I just picked him up because he was 6'8" and 23, and I think he was like 71, 72 overall or something. But like we'll see what happens. He's got a hard shot. He's aggressive. His skating's okay for being 6'8". And then our last but not least, Dyson Mayo. And I believe he's an original misfit that we picked up. He is Canadian, so maybe he's not. Because I tried to avoid picking up Canadians. But he is 25. He's got 7th defenseman potential, and he's 74 overall. So he's got this year, and then if he doesn't do anything, then he's essentially going to be stuck in the AHL. So we'll see what happens there. Go to our goalies. We've got Prosvetov, who I believe was in the Arizona AHL team for Arizona. So he was just a prospect for them already, so I just decided to keep him because he does have the potential, but he is He's 22. He's a fringe starter potential. I think he's went up from 74 to 75 playing in the minors. And then we have Kivlinix, Matisse Kivlinix, backup potential. So like essentially like top 9 potential if you consider forwards, or top 6 potential if you consider defensemen. He's got backup potential, so if he can play, get lots of minutes, he is 25 years old. He could develop into a more than a backup, but we'll see what happens. He would have to have a decent year, and that's going to be difficult to come by with this team, but we'll see. And then let's see what we have for scratched. So Rodrigo Abols, who's 25, so he's kind of reaching where he's going to be as a player. And Alexander True, who's 24, he probably has 2 more years before he becomes what he is. Decent speed for his size. Other than that, he's kind of average or below average in everything else. Basically a 4th line guy at best. So let's check. Let's go to roster moves. Let's see what we got in the AHL in the system. We've got Marco Rossi, who's gonna play in the probably gonna play in the AHL. Sharangovic, he's gonna be in the AHL probably too. Probably light it up though with that speed. Yeah, all these guys are going to be in the AHL. Check out the goalies. Yeah, these guys too. They do have the backup potential, the fringe starter potential, and AHL starter potential. So all misfit material. And the big picture, the goal here, aside from the guys that have the big top 4, top 6 potential, we want to turn somebody into an NHL player who's on the cusp of becoming a bust. And if we can do that and build a winning team in that way, going in that direction, I mean, that's the fun part, right? Trying to develop players and see what works and what doesn't work. So that's kind of where we're going. And we'll keep an eye out for more misfit type players as we go along in free agency and on other teams, maybe for trades. We'll see what happens. Okay, so let's sim to the start of the season. Didn't have a great preseason. Hey Luna, how's it going? Yeah, I'm doing a franchise. We're doing essentially what I called it is the Misfits franchise, where I pick players out of lower end international teams like Team Germany. You're a misfit. Just players out of non-traditional markets, and seeing if we can turn some of these guys into NHL players by playing them in the NHL and stuff like that. So far it's been okay. Not very good seasons, but you get development out of players, and eventually you turn them into something, hopefully. So we'll see how it goes. Oh, there's a big win against Vancouver, 6-1. Wow. Okay, so we'll sim to the next month, and then we'll check to see how everyone's doing. water. Oh, nice. 10 hits, wow. Are you playing defense or forward? Lefty, yeah. Are you playing power cagers right now, or are you just playing drop in, or? Or just random, yeah. Yeah, last night after power cagers, I jumped on to, or maybe you were watching. I was just playing as an enforcer center. It was pretty fun. Nice to change it up once in a while, do stuff like that. Okay, let's see how the players are doing. See, like Rudolph's with Balsers, 20 points, that's not too bad. It is, yeah. Don't have to be so serious about it. Just hit everything that moves kind of thing. Okay, so Balsers has 20 points in 27 games, that's not bad. Schlappick's doing okay. Texier's at 20 points as well. He's carrying his line, obviously. I might switch him and Schlappick. We'll see. Yeah, see this guy. Yeah, yeah. No kidding. I love doing that too, the slap shot. Okay, so some guys are doing okay. Some guys are struggling, obviously. That's kind of what you expect. The goalies are kind of, it's hard to tell if they're playing well or not because they have no defense, essentially. That's funny. That's funny. Off his back. Alright, let's sim through this month, see what happens. Oh, we're getting some wins. Look at that. A 3-game winning streak. I'm gonna lose that one. That's okay though. 7 wins already. There's improvement. 8 wins now. I mean, we're not that much worse than Detroit. Look at their record. We essentially have a AHL team in the NHL. Not an AHL team that's like a cup winner or anything, like a mid-tier AHL team. So that was good. We had a 3-game winning streak. Kind of fell off a little bit there. That's because we don't have the depth in goal. So we'll keep going. Let's go to the next month. 8-1. That's a hurt one. That's hurtful. Shootout loss. See the overtime and shootout losses help with the points. Oh, a 13-2 loss and then a win. Maybe we'll have another winning streak or something. Overtime loss. That's not bad. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, 33 points. That's not too bad. That's second line production. 33 points in 50 games. That's not bad at all. And look, he's an 81 overall now. Look at that. He's already developed a little, and Texie's an 84. He's got the 31 points in 50 games. I wonder if we put those two together. I know the chemistry doesn't get very good, but whoops. If we can like load up the first line. Yeah, the rest of the lineup is basically fourth and third liners, but Texie and Balsers can put up the points. Put them together, maybe they can do a little more. Cedar, Cedar, he's putting up some points too. Capo Bianco is also doing a little bit there too. That's not too bad. Goalies are getting shelled, which is kind of what you expect. They kind of pretty much split the season. Oh no, Kivlinix has played 38 games. The other guy's only played 21. So Kivlinix is essentially the starter. Oh, you know what I want to look at? There are some players that I just drafted over the summer, so we can see what we got. So this guy Gerber, right winger, elite. He was drafted 32nd overall, but his draft spot was actually it said that he was going to be drafted in like late, in like the 4th or 5th round, and he had the green gem next to his name. So I picked him here in the 2nd round. He's not putting up crazy points. But where is he even playing? IEC in the Dell, okay, in the Dell League. And he's only getting like 3rd line minutes anyways. He's not getting crazy minutes. But that elite potential, that's what's gonna put him over the top and turn this team into something. Go to rookie skaters. Oh yeah, so we've also got Slater, who's playing in the AHL right now. He's right out of the draft. We picked him in the 1st round, a defensive defenseman. So we got a guy in the 1st round, but he's a defensive defenseman with top 4 potential. So like, if you know, the NHL today is not a defensive defenseman type of league. Like, look at his skating, his 70 acceleration, 70 agility, 62 offensive awareness. He essentially won't cross the other team's blue line. He'll stay at center ice. But his defensive awareness is 88. His shot blocking is 88. His what else is? Oh yeah, his passing and puck control are 80. And this is a guy that's right out of the draft. He's already playing in the AHL. We actually traded for him, I believe, because he was drafted by Carolina. But that's okay. We traded for him because we because I accidentally picked somebody that wasn't a misfit at all. So I just traded him for this guy. But no, if he can develop a little bit this year and maybe become a depth defenseman type guy. Dimitri Jas, he was picked in the second round by Karen. Oh yeah, I picked him up in that trade I just talked about. And then after that, it kind of drops off a little bit. But like, look, it's still top 9 potential, elite potential, top 4 potential. There's the potential. So, and look, like, so, yeah, we'll see what happens. We don't have anyone, we don't have any like superstars that are pushing these guys down in the cupboard of prospects. So they're the ones getting the chance. So see if they can take it and run with it. That's one thing we don't have is a goalie prospect. I thought we did. I thought we had a goalie prospect. I guess not. I guess we'll have to target one. We'll have to target somebody either in the draft or in free agency or something. Okay, so let's sim up to the trade deadline. I'll sim to 2 days before. Ooh. Oh, the Blue Jackets have fired their head coach. We beat Boston. That's a good win. So we have 10 wins. That's 2 wins more already than last season. We got another win. There we go. Just keep it going. Okay. So let's see if there's anything we can trade. Like maybe trade some lower end players for draft picks. Let's see. That's what we got. You don't want to trade the guys that have high value because they're the ones who are going to carry this team. Like look at Marco Rossi, he's already gone up from a 74 to a 75, playing in the AHL, almost a point per game. Slater's doing okay, he's a minus, but that's okay. Let's see, go down to so Blazinkis. I don't think he's going to develop, sadly. He's 25 now, still 67 overall. I think we'll let him play out this season. And then we'll see what to do from there. Dyson Mayo. This guy I don't think is gonna do anything. 74 overall, he's 25 already. 7th D potential. I think we're gonna add him to the trade, to a trade. It's mainly it's 25-year-olds that we're gonna be looking at. Alexander True, he's not going to play because I have injuries turned off. Peterson, Lane Peterson. 24 years old, bottom 6. Yeah, he's playing decently. He's probably at best gonna be a 4th line player, but that's okay. You need those types of players. So we're gonna keep him. 76 overall, 75, 74. So like we're looking around something like Al Mayo. He's 25 years old and he's only 74, and not like the potential isn't really there. See, like Rubens, he's 24. The potential, although he's a plus player, he's not having a bad season. So I think we're gonna have to keep him. Can't say no to that. But like, okay, so Wally Walterholm, he's an original Misfit. He has not developed. He's 22 and he's 58 overall, so I don't think he's going to develop. And he's only got AHL potential still. McGregor, we're gonna keep him. He's 23, 70 overall, bottom 6 potential. He's putting up some points. Morozov, 62 overall, 21 years old. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it with him. He's a Ukraine guy. Similar situation with Dare, but I think we're gonna give him the rest of the season because he is 66 overall and 22. Bergqvist. So he's got some potential because of his speed, and oh, you know what? That's it. It's just skating that's good. He's got 7th D potential. He's only 63 overall and he's 21. I think he's still young enough though, so we gotta give him some time as well. He's only 21. And the same thing goes for Nussbaumer. Only 18, only 20, only 20. Okay, so 24, yeah, 18, 20. How's Reggie doing anyways? He's doing okay. So here we go. Johannesson, 24 years old. Top 60 though, and he's having a good season. Okay, so we're gonna hold on to him for now. Rodrigo Bowles. So he's 26 and still only a 23, or still only a 73 overall, and he's also a scratched player because we don't have any injuries turned on, so he's not actually needed as a player. So he's going to be involved in the trade, and he's making 1.5 mil for 1 year. Let's see. Liam Kirk, how's Liam Kirk? He's not playing. That's a problem. I wish he would get some playing time. Yeah, okay, so... Oh, crap. Okay, I gotta add those guys again. Was Mayo one of the guys? I think he was. He's not having a good year, he's already 25, only 74 overall. We can add Michael Chaput because he's 29 years old. Was Zwerger one of the guys? No, because he's got some decent attributes. Belinsky's. True was on one of them. I think Rubens was. Oh, he's having a good year. Kase. He's got really good attributes though. Like 90 peaking. He's playing in the NHL right now too, so he could possibly develop. Weeder. Yeah, he's okay. Peterson, he's okay. Studenik, he's okay. Walter Holm. Yeah, I don't think he's going to develop, unfortunately. I think Dare was also one of those guys that's just not going to develop. Although, is he having... No. Yeah. Was Maraza also one of those guys? Yeah. Okay, so let's try and move these guys. I don't think anybody really wants them. See if we can find a misfit of our own to bring in. This guy's interesting. He's drafted in the 5th round, but he's got like an NHL shot, NHL awareness, NHL skating, but his shot accuracy isn't good. His puck skills aren't great, and his strength, his physicality isn't great. So he's only 20. He has top 9 potential. I think he is a good possible misfit. And there's still some trade value on my end that I could ask for maybe a draft pick. Maybe a higher draft pick. Whoops. I hate that. I hate when I do that. I think it was this guy. Yeah. Hey Fuzz, how's it going? So I'm doing the second season of that international Misfits franchise, as you probably see in the title. Just about halfway through the season, just about at the trade deadline. So I'm trading a bunch of guys that haven't really worked out, and adding this other guy who I see is most likely a misfit and also trying to pick up a draft pick as well. So we'll see how it's going. The team's got 11 wins so far, which, if you remember the last time we only got 8 wins. So they've already improved a little bit, little by little. So I'm gonna try and acquire this. Nope, they don't want to do it. Let's see if they do it just like that. No, they don't want to do it, eh? Maybe if I just ask for a draft pick. I really want to try and acquire that player though. So let's see. How was Among Us as well, Fuzz? Yeah, that's very early. I don't know how you do that. There we go, they accepted. Okay, cool. Okay, so I still want to try and acquire that player. I think it was this guy. That's actually too much value. Give up the 7th and 7th. No? No, really? Okay. I really don't want to give up this year's draft picks very much. Give up a 4th. No. About a 4th and a 7th. There we go. Okay. Perfect. Gonna have some water. I feel like I'm losing my voice. Okay. So if I am correct in this, we might have a spot for Marco Rossi in NHL. Yeah, because Swerger, I think, should be in the AHL. So we go to roster moves. We switch out Zwerger and maybe a Bowles as well. And bring up Marco Rossi. Maybe somebody will pick those other guys up. No? Oh, okay. So we'll just do Zwerger. There we go. Let's see. Okay, so they got a Balls in the lineup now. See, that doesn't really make sense to me. Oh, they put Rossi on defense? Okay. I guess we have to call up a defenseman. That's kind of weird that that happened. Yeah, so we'll have to sign or trade for a defenseman, I think. There we go. I think he might fit. Oh no, he fits pretty good on the fourth line. He might fit better than Werder on the second line though. No? There we go. Where's Bergman fit? Fourth line? Yeah. Steenbergen fits on the fourth line. Yeah, all these guys fit on the fourth line, so what's the problem? Grinder, playmaker, oh I see. That's gonna have to work. That's gonna have to do. That's not too bad. But I think we're gonna need to find another defenseman. Let's see what other teams got. Just give up a low draft pick. Go by age. And somebody in the mid 70s, like this kind of guy here. I would say Logan Stanley is probably a misfit. He's 23, 78 overall, 6'7", defensive defenseman. Still only considered a depth defenseman. He's already 23. Is he playing in the NHL? No, he's still playing in the AHL. I'd say even Luke Green is also even more so because he's already 24. We could get Luke Green. Maybe a fourth. That looks like about right. No, they want more. Okay, maybe a sixth then. There we go. Okay, we got our guy. Okay, let's go to edit lines. Probably have to call him up. Minus, that's not good. Oh, maybe we could do that. That might work. Yeah, that works. Okay, let's sim. Let's get some simming done. I don't think we'll be making the playoffs anytime soon here. So let's finish off the month. Get through the trade deadline since we made all our trades already just now. Oh, another win. Look at that. 12 wins now. Ooh, San Jose sends Brent Burns, Thomas Hurdle, and Kevin Miller to Pittsburgh for a first, second, and Philip Joseph. That's a big trade. Oh, another win. Look at that. We're in the teens for wins now. Okay. So let's get through this month here. The most important month of the season. The month of March. Although it's not that important for this team because there's no way we're making the playoffs unless everyone has a bad year. And like only a few teams have good years. I would like this team to get to 15 wins before the season's over, but it doesn't look like it's gonna happen. 3 more games, get to 15 wins. 2 more wins we need. How's San Jose? San Jose's having a good year. Vancouver isn't, and Edmonton isn't, so we're gonna do the different sim so we can kind of watch it happen right in front of us. And then I'll jump in so we can see the nice jerseys for those who haven't seen them yet. Still 2-0 now. Okay, 2-1. We got Bergman a goal. On Koskinen. They get another one to tie it up. Nope, not yet. Going into the third now. Oh, it's 3-1. Draisaitl. Oh, it's getting ugly. Okay, I'll jump in here. Take a look at the jerseys. Look at those. Oops. Yeah. So last time I went to the alternates, so this time I'm gonna go with the homes. But don't worry, we'll get to see one of the games. We'll get to wear the alternate jerseys because those are my favorites.
The Sharks are on the save-the-date calendar next for these guys.
Yeah, fans of both teams will really look forward to that matchup. It's generally a pretty aggressive game.
Never an off night in this league. Takes the feed in the middle of the ice. Sends it across.
Oh, there's a goal.
What's something?
It is, and now you can build on it. I mean, prior to that, James, what were they going to build on? Nothing. They were out of the game. The good thing he one-times his puck. The goalie almost gets there, but the pass is on his tape in the low slot, and he beats him clean.
They gain possession here inside the neutral zone. Grabs the puck and looks to make something happen. Made that stop.
Koskinen's goaltending at one end and the offensive output at the other has made for a good night.
Here in the late goings of the period, Ukraine still down by 2 goals in this one. McDavid's won a big draw in their own end.
Yeah, the aways are always the boring ones. I agree, Fuzz. It's really hard to make a white jersey look good, in my opinion.
Nice pass.
Oh, there we go.
Scores! 1 goal game.
Now they've put themselves in a position here to come all the way back.
But yeah, those alternates are, I love them.
Now you're just 1 shot away.
Ukraine's third period deficit suddenly doesn't seem so insurmountable now.
You can almost see the difference in the bench and the body language. They know they've got a chance.
And now it's over to Draisaitl. Can't get a hold of that pass. Great use of the body to knock him off the puck. The Oilers have it now. Feeds the puck to Puljujarvi. Tries to get it to Draisaitl. Quick pass to McDavid. Gains the zone through center. Moves into the slot.
Oh, good save.
It goes off the stick.
And he came out and challenged him. Good save.
Inside of the final minute here in the third. Dumped in and they'll go off. And the puck's knocked loose. Centering pass. And he totally whiffs on that one. Koskinen's on top of the puck, and that'll stop the play.
Pretty conservative play here, James, as he covers it up to kill the play. Draisaitl's had an outstanding season. He's among the league leaders in points because he can score and he can create off the pass.
Play resumes here as he wins the draw inside the offensive zone. They go on the attack from the left side. Lays into the body on the play. Nice zone entry from the right side.
Oh.
On the attack along the boards. Stopped by the goaltender.
No room for the shooter. The goaltender snuffed it out.
Oh, absolutely rocked on the play.
No chance for him to avoid the hit. He's got his head buried.
He'll be feeling that one in the morning. Ukraine's got the puck in the defensive end. Moves it around along the half wall. And that one's broken up.
Oh, man.
Rocked him in the open ice. Can't catch up to the pass.
I could have tied it.
There's
oh well.
The horn, and that's the hockey game. The Nationals were better tonight. Problem is, same old result.
Yeah, but the coaches, I think, James, will go back and say,
okay, we'll sim the next game. And then this time we'll do the alternates. Mine and Fuzz's favorites. Just ones I'd like us to get ahead in a game, even if we don't end up winning. Just be ahead at least a little bit. Just once. Oh, there's a tie, Marco Rossi. Oh, it's 2-1, here we go. Oh, it was tied. Still tied going into the third. This is getting close. Oh, we got a power play. No. Oh, they scored. Okay, I'll jump in. We can just take a look at those alternates again. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Vancouver's up next on the calendar. Do players ever look ahead to games?
I think so. I mean, in particular, when there's one that stands out, it's a ex-Stanley Cup champion or the team you used to play against. Those ones always carry a little more pop.
What a steal in his own end. He got all of that hit. Handles the puck. Quick feed to Kane.
Good save.
That puck tight into his chest. Deflected away. Nice defensive use of the stick there. Scooped up along the wall by Carlson. Ukraine's got it in the neutral zone.
Terrible passing.
Raised the play and forces the turnover. Takes the feed. Levels him with the hit.
Let's go Bergman.
Ukraine's got the puck against the boards. Loses his balance on the play. Takes a wrist shot.
Oh, there's a goal. There we go.
New game!
They showed no frustration as they tried to claw their way back in. One shot, one rebound, whatever it is. Now they're tied.
Getting into the later stages of this period, we got a tie game. Rips it on net.
Oh, wow.
Scores! And if my game notes are correct, it's a nice milestone number for him here.
Yeah, 50 goals, and he said he wanted to get there, so he's pumped it away tonight. It's now in his rearview mirror. Just 20 seconds apart. That's a pair of goals.
That sure changes things here on the ice.
Yeah, the game has completely been turned upside down.
Thanks, Fuzz.
Moves it quickly over to Bjorkstrand. And he comes up with
Save that. Oh my gosh.
approaching the final 60 seconds of this one. Here's a chance right in the
Oh, there we go.
Scores on the one-timer.
Wow, this team's really shaping up now.
The Sharks are running out of time as they trail late in this third period.
At least for me.
Donato's
Not
won
when
the
I
draw
sim.
here in the neutral zone. They desperately need a goal. The net is empty and the extra attacker's out. Towards the empty net.
There
And there's the insurance marker, much needed for them on this night.
It's amazing how many times a guy misses an empty net, but this what he puts between the pipes.
Officials getting ready to drop the puck. Puck possession so key in today's game. At center ice now. He grabs the puck. Pass right on the doorstep.
Oh my. Okay, this is getting too easy now. Hopefully this game and the last game will help the development and confidence of some of these players. It has to. Scoring all these goals.
From the left side, it moves to the middle of the
Okay.
ice.
There we
You
go.
get one, you get hungry for a second one. Even if you're
Every
not
shot's
goal
going in
scorer,
now.
You get that early. Now you want to hunt for a second goal.
Makes it a double on the play. Puck is dropped and we are back underway. Receives the pass.
Oh my. Okay, I didn't even try to score it really there. I was just like, let's just try and score that way. But it just went in. Oh, that's funny. Let's get to 10, I guess.
While the centers are jammed up, nice job by the winger to steal the puck.
Maybe. If I can
Slides
get the
it
puck.
across to Couture. Takes a nice feed up through the middle now. Poked away. Great
Oh, now they're
pass from off the
swarming.
right side. Here's a chance, and he makes the save.
Jones is just one of the
Yeah,
team pictures
100%.
tonight.
The goalie just
There's
gave
not
up.
anybody across the board that can look in the mirror and say they've
It's
done
the
a
end
good
of the
job.
season. He's ready. He's got 1 foot out the door already.
Play resumes as they win the draw here.
There we
It's in
go.
the back of the net.
10
He
goals.
scores!
We scored 10 goals. Oh, I didn't score all 10, but I scored 8 of them, I think.
Face-offs at the end of every practice. This time
It's
the
like
defensive guy
8
loses
minutes
position.
to go or something
the puck
like
ends
that.
up on the shooter's stick, and he rifles it by the goaltender.
From the neutral zone now. Can't connect. Right on the doorstep.
Oh, there we go. 11.
Lights the lap on the one-timer.
Their goalie's definitely giving up now.
The Sharks have had more scoring chances, and yet they trail late in this third period. This neutral zone face-off set to go, and we are back underway. And there's the final horn, bringing
That
this
was
one
good.
officially to an
It's
end.
a good way to finish
James,
off
you
the
said at
season.
one point, if you're gonna break
We
the
got one
streak,
more
you
against
need a
Vancouver.
miracle. Here it is.
But I think I'm happy
About
with
time,
that.
isn't it? Just a
Let's just sim that game. We'll see if the CPU can get the win in this one. With going on off of that 11 goal game. Well, it's still 1-0 going into the third. Oh, come on, you guys. You gotta score. Just one. Just get one goal. Oh, don't get shut out. Oh, man. That sucks. You had to even it out after that 11 goal game, I guess. Makes sense, EA. Alright, so a 14 win season. That is almost double the wins from last season, plus the 7 overtime losses, which is like, I think, a lot more than last year's as well. That's not too bad. Let's see how their players did for the season. What kind of seasons they had. So look at that. Alexander Texier, 61 points. Look at that. That's first line points right there. Rudolf Balcers, 55 points. That's first, second line. Philip Schlappick, that's second line production. Maurice Sider, that's top four defense production. And then after that it kind of drops off. But it's still like third line production there, and then it goes down. Once you get under about 20 points, you're about fourth line production. Just ignore the minuses, because those are really ugly. Marco Rossi had 10 points in 21 games. That's not too bad. When we pulled him up out of the minors, that's not bad at all. Almost half a point a game. Luke Green had 4 points in 21 games when we traded for him and pulled him up from the minors too. That's not too bad. The team definitely improved when I made those trades. That's for sure. So let's get to the draft. Usually by the time you get to the draft, some players, or a good amount of players, will have shown their development. Oh, for sure. Yeah, I totally agree. Especially the top players that I have, like Texier and Rossi and a couple of those other guys that are in the 80s. If they can get up to like top, like 85 plus overall type players, and then some of the other lower end guys can go up a few, like you're saying, then for sure. I think our only issue is goaltending. If none of my goalies will develop, then we have to find an alternative. But there's definitely a lot of misfit type goalies out there, so that won't be too hard to find. Oh wow, Winnipeg. Winnipeg wins the cup. The first Canadian team, I think. No, I think Toronto won it the year before. Either way, Winnipeg. That's a surprising one. Look at that, we got bumped from number 1 down to number 2. Better than being bumped to number 3 like we did last year. Freaking San Jose all the way from number 9. Jeez. Alright, so we'll get through these days. So just retirement and stuff like that. See if Louis Eriksson finally retired. I don't think anybody will retire on my team because they're all in their 20s. I'd be surprised, but it could happen. I don't think any of the coaches retired, so that's good. Go to the draft. Take a look at our players, see if anybody's improved. is an 85. Balsers is an 83. Cider's an 82. Schlappik's an 82. Oh, Schlappik went up 3 points. That's pretty good. I think Case went up 3 points. Wow. Yeah, see, there's a goalie didn't go up at all. That's not good. And Rossi actually went down a point. Interesting. Go to goalies. Yeah, they didn't go. Our goalies haven't gone up yet. We'll see. Sometimes it changes. Some of the players won't change until we get to after the draft. So we'll see. Any contracts we need to sign? Steenbergen, yeah, we'll sign him. He went up a few points. He's fast. That'll keep him in the NHL with that speed. Peterson. He might end up being an AHL guy, but that's okay. Sharanovich. He's got the speed, he just doesn't have the hands, the puck skills. He's super aggressive too. I think he'll fit in the NHL though. Top 9 potential. Blake Spears is on the cusp of being a bust. Just doesn't have it, it looks like. We'll still sign him for the AHL, but left wing. Lucas Bergman, he's still only 23, so, or Lean Bergman, that's his name. And plus he's a grinder, so he's really gonna be a bottom 6 guy anyways. Braden Burke. He's really fast. That's one thing I'll give him, and he's got a hard shot. If he doesn't make the NHL, he'll be in the AHL. Oh, Kase is now considered a depth forward. Look at that. Wow, he's really developed. That makes me happy. Lucas Jasic, he's on the cusp of being a bust as well. But he has the speed and the skill. He just needs to increase his awareness. Offensive and defensive awareness is low. Needs to go up. That's the only thing. So hopefully that improves over the summer. Studenik, he's actually really like NHL quality already, in my opinion. Mostly. Weird Weeder. That's a solid season. And he played in the NHL. Yeah, that's a solid season. 2 solid seasons. He played in the top 6, if I remember correctly. He's German. Yeah, I think he's a fit for sure. Hopefully he improves. Right, so Capo Bianco for sure. Still only 24. Still has lots of room to grow. Cam Deneen. I don't know, he's only 20, or he's only 76 and he's 24 already. And I mean, he's got the skill other than his awareness. His awareness needs to go up. That's where he's lacking. Sayarvi. Top 4 potential is 25, so this is a make or break type of year for him. He's decent in most areas, he just needs that awareness, just like some of the other players. That awareness needs to go up. Some of these guys were at the point where they're make or break type players, so if they don't have a good year or they don't develop, then they're out the door, basically. Sosunov is in the same spot too. And his awareness really isn't that good. Everything else he's not too bad in. Skating is a bit of a weakness, but it's not terrible. And Luke Dream, we just picked him up. He's got the top 4 potential. Wasn't getting a chance on his other team. He's got lots of speed. His awareness, again, is a weakness, which is where he needs to improve. So we'll see. We'll give him another year. We'll see what happens. And then goalies, my biggest concern. Hopefully they can develop a little bit over the summer. Otherwise, we're gonna have to look. I might still end up looking for better goalies. I mean, Kivlinix is 725 already. Prozvetov is only 23, so he still has time. Kivlinix does not have lots of time. He has this is a make or break season for him. We don't really have anybody coming up behind him unless they develop. Might as well just offer them extensions. Actually, we're not going to offer him an extension though. Yeah, so Rubens, I mean, he had a decent year, but he's just not going to develop. He's 24 already, and he's still only 70 overall. So, we probably won't offer him an extension. Similar situation with Westerland. Although he's got the top 6 potential, so he could potentially develop a little bit over the summer. We'll see what he does over the summer. Kirk, still only 22. He's got time to develop a bit. Balls, we're not going to re-sign. He's 26 and still only 72. And all these guys are already signed, so I think we're pretty good with all the offers I've made. Let's check our coaches. This guy's gonna... his contract's gonna expire. Can't sign him right now though. Okay, so let's get into the draft. We have the 2nd overall pick. So I'm thinking I will use this pick to find another misfit. So I'm just gonna call some timeouts so I have time. And we'll take a look here. So these guys obviously like elite potential, so like they're not misfits at all. They're gonna be picked and are most likely going to develop into something. Go to gems. If there's any gems. Okay, so this guy's considered a gem even though he has high or he has low elite potential. A defensive defenseman, and he's supposedly gonna get picked at 144th overall. So I think we're gonna go with him. A right defenseman, 6'2", defensive defenseman, plays in the U.S. Yeah, his NHL ETA is 5 years. Let's keep looking. We do the potential thing. And then, so all these guys, 4th, 5th, and then you go all the way up to 96th. That's a goalie. There's 2 goalies. 96 and 86. So let's go with this goalie. And then if that other goalie's available or that that defenseman is available in my next pick, then I'll pick them. Actually, you know what? We will trade because that is probably going to be available. So let's trade this pick. Call a timeout. And then we will trade this pick to get lower into the draft and get some other, maybe a goalie that can help us now, who is would be considered a misfit. Let's go to draft picks. Oh, this is still 26 overall. I see. Yeah, so let's do that. Let's find a team that has lots of misfits. Let's see what Anaheim's got. Okay, so right here. Oh, excuse me. 22-year-old starter potential. And he's only 72 overall still. Let's go with him. And then let's see what else they got. Okay, so here's one. Kopaka. 24 years old. Still only 78 overall with the top 6 potential. 2-way forward, considered a 4th line forward. Did he get those points in the NHL? No, he got them in the AHL. So he's just like tearing it up in the AHL, and he's not playing in the NHL for some reason. But he's 24 already, so that's definitely misfit material. Okay, so this guy's 23, and he's 74 overall. This guy's 23 and 72 overall. Okay, so this guy, Tracy. Alright, Fuzz. Go get some sleep, get a good rest. And I will for sure catch you later. I'll talk to you later. Have good sleep. Thanks for stopping by. Take care, bud. Alright, so let's go with this Braden Tracy guy. He's 21. He's only 68 overall. Top 6 forward potential. He was drafted in the 1st round, and he's already 21 and hasn't really developed a ton. It looks like. It looks like he might just need a chance. He's got the high trade value, but I don't know. I don't really know why it's super high. So let's throw him in the trade. Where's that? I think that brings us to a pretty equal trade. And they accepted. Perfect. Alright. And let's move that 2nd rounder as well. Try and get a... What do they have for their draft picks? They have a 4th. Maybe get a 4th and a 5th, and then see what else they have for rookie skaters. Or just skaters in general. Let's go to all skaters, and we'll go to age. So this one's interesting. Antoine Morand, 76 overall, top 6 potential, and he's already 23. So he's very like on the verge of like making it or breaking it. was drafted in the second round, so it's been 4 or 5 years since he was drafted. And he's only a 76, so he definitely needs a chance. So where does that bring us? Yeah, I think that's pretty equal. Let's see if I can add another draft pick. Maybe a 6th rounder. Yep, perfect. Alright, so we're at 49 players, so we'll probably end up dropping a few anyways. So let's sim to the next pick. We'll see if any of those elite potential gem players are available. Oh yeah, there we go. The right D is still available. Let's pick him. And we'll sim to the next pick. Alright, so here's a possible elite potential goalie, and definitely our goalie position is definitely the position of need. Is there any other goalies? This is a guy that our scouts are recommending, but I don't see any super accurate scouting left. Oh, there's an accurate one. That says top 4D potential, and we're at 125th pick, 126th pick, and this guy is only supposed to go at 210, so he's actually going to be a pick ahead of, way ahead of where he's supposed to go. And we'll send to the next pick. Let's go with this guy. This goalie starter potential. Well, these. Okay, so backup, whatever. Still medium backup potential. That's not too bad. Let's sim the rest of the draft. Get into the re-signing phase. Alright, let's go to contracts. Let's see. Alright, so we traded for Kopaka, so let's re-sign him. Let's re-sign Moran because we also traded for him. And then we're not going to re-sign Balls. Well, we're not gonna sign Connor Walchuk because he still has a year left in junior before we even have to sign him, and he's not super developed yet, anyways. So we'll let him develop in his junior league. Jacek. Yas will leave. He still has another year before we have to sign him. Gerber. I can't wait for this guy to be ready. Okay, defense. Looks like we got everyone's signed. Oh, here. Rubens, we're not gonna sign him. And Westerland, we're not gonna sign him either. And everyone else, they just need time to develop. So here's the issue. So Kivlinix, Provsatov, they're the ones who've played as the starters and backups this past year. They struggled. It doesn't look like they have developed. They might still over the summer. So I'm gonna qualify them and we'll see if they sign those qualified contracts. We got Dostal and Zeta. And also Tendek, who could develop. I think Dostal has the best chance, obviously, because of his starter potential. Kolbakov we're gonna drop. And then these two guys have ample time to develop because they're 48 and 57 overall. So we will, I think, go searching for at least one goalie that might be in the 80s, but still be considered a misfit. Which is difficult because if the goalie is in his early 20s and he's in his 80s, then he's probably going to be a high potential player. So, and it's kind of like, it's gonna have to be a similar situation where we found Texier on Team France and like Balsers. We have to find somebody who's probably going to be a 24-year-old who's like 81, 82, or even 80, and they have like maybe backup or fringe starter potential, and they're playing as backup to a starter goalie, and so we can give them the starter position, basically. So we'll have to look for that. So re-sign our coach. He wants to be a head coach. Interesting. Let's see how he fits with this team. No, it won't tell us. Okay, well, let's just offer him lots of money to be the associate coach. And then scouts we gotta sign as well. Big props to them for finding all those players that we found. Okay. Now let's sim through free agency and get to the real free agency. Get through the re-sign period to the free agency. So it looks like some guys are accepting. Browning doesn't like his role that we offered him, unfortunately. Our scouts are resigning. I don't know why they wouldn't. They're getting all these top picks. Goalies are resigning. Let's see who didn't resign other than that coach. See if we can offer him more money. Because money talks. Money, 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 money. Okay, so we'll go to contracts, see if anybody's left. Nope, everyone's signed. Okay, perfect. So we'll advance to the next day. Our coach still doesn't want to sign. So we'll find somebody else. And our main thing at the moment is to find a goalie. I think the best way is to go to potential. There's a 20-year-old, 21-year-old. There's a 23-year-old, 24-year-old, 23. Might have to be just a Woll. We'll see though. Or Kakinen, he's 25, that's too. Oh, we could go with Ettinger. 78 overall, 23. Fringe starter potential. Yeah, so let's go back up to either Ettinger or what's the other guy? Woll. It's gonna be Woll, I think. Joseph Woll. Yeah. How many contracts do I have? Oh yeah, I still have space. Okay, good. And then let's take a look at the contracts to see if there's any holes. I mean, there's gonna be holes, but I mean, big holes. I think any one of these, any two of these four players can develop into the bottom six guys. that we need. And then left wing, same goes for, well, Kopaka's for sure gonna be one of the top 6 players, probably, unless somebody develops. And then Bergman and Burke, we'll see. We also have the centers the other center guys, if they develop enough, they could just be our 4th liners too. Steenbergen could develop, and Morand could develop even more, so we'll see. Right wingers, we got Kase, Yasik, Studenik, yeah, so we'll see how they develop. Oh yeah, okay. I don't like how they separate the main roster in the system when you're trying to look at all the players you have. Oh yeah, right, and Rossi could develop a bunch too. Go to main roster, go to defense. Do we have anybody else on defense? Possibly Drew could develop a little bit. And our goalies, which we just offered a goalie. So we'll hopefully end up with 6 goalies. Then we can maybe trade one if we have to. Make a trade if we have extras, because we will. There's no injuries, so it's just really 2 goalies that will get to play on each roster, the AHL and NHL. So we have 45 contracts and we offered 1, so we have 46 contracts and we offered 1, so we have essentially 1 or 2 more spots where we can try and find a misfit. Either to trade or just sign and try and develop. So we go to age. You can see there's players that are, and I'm gonna look like, I'm gonna say 68 overall and up. If they're any lower than 68, then they have to have like higher potential. So they have to have top 9 or top 6 potential or better if they're going to be lower than 68. So like if he's under 68 and 7th D potential, I'm not going for him. That you might not see any development at all, no matter what you do. Same with like bottom 6, too low unless he's in his late 60s or early 70s. See, like 51 overall, top 9, but he's only 51 overall. Like that's really low. We'll change it to 2A and then go by this. That might help a little bit. And I'm really like in this part, I'm really looking for like 19, 20-year-olds, like guys that just got drafted or like 1 or 2 years just got drafted, like not like 23. We already have a bunch of guys like this and a bunch of guys like this, right? So it's really like the 21 and younger guys we're really looking at, maybe 22 like this guy. That actually might be a decent pickup there. Is he an RFA? No, he's a UFA. 24 years old, 77 overall, top 9 potential. Interesting. Here's one, 22 years old, 69 overall. That's a good one too. That's an interesting one. I actually like how this player looks, to be honest. Well, maybe Gadjevich even more, to be honest. Because he was drafted in the 2nd round, and people were wondering if he should have been drafted in the 1st round. But he's kind of tailed off a little in his development. So I wonder if he might be a guy to take a swing at. I just really like this Drost guy too. He's already got awareness that's like 4th line, 3rd line type. Which is what a lot of the other guys lack. So I think I'm going to offer him a contract. Wait, I thought... Oh, this is the other Liam Kirk. I see. There's a 20-year-old. Interesting. 5'8". Wow. Okay, only have, if everyone signs that I tried signing, we only have one spot left, so I'd like to keep that one spot open. So let's try and sign a coach. I think we actually have to sign a few because the AHL guy is retired. So sign an associate coach. Maybe we promote this guy. And promote this guy too. And promote this guy. This person to AHL associate, and then we have to hire an AHL head coach and assistant and goalie coach, and it's less work. Coach for the AHL. Oh, there's a C. Bunch of money, maybe he'll take the goalie coach spot instead. We'll see. Okay, let's get to let's get through the summer. Hopefully everyone signs. Got the head coach for the AHL. Assistant coach doesn't want to. The goalie coach doesn't want to. Well, screw you then. Joseph Wool signed, that's perfect. Trosk signed, so that's perfect. I swear I made one more offer. Maybe I didn't. We gotta sign coaches. Silly coaches don't want to sign with us. Okay. So we need an assistant and a goalie coach for the AHL. See if this guy will sign as an... Oh, he wants to be an NHL assistant? Jesus. just have to sign a D overall guy. That sucks. Okay, and then we'll go to just sign him. I don't care. Too much work for the AHL team. I don't care about that much. Okay, let's get through the summer. See if anybody developed. And we got that coach, the goalie coach for the AHL. And we got the assistant. Perfect. Now I can stop worrying about that. Now let's get to the point where the preseason games actually pop up, and then you know that everything has, all the data has made its way through the sim, and the players that, if they develop, then they'll finally show up. Go right up to the first game, and then we'll check out the rosters. Alright, so Texier is an 85, Balser's an 83, Casse is an 79. Look at that passing, wow. Burke. Kolpaka's an 81 now. I think he was a 78, so he went up 3 points. That's awesome. And I think he's got, did he move up in potential too? Was he top 9 potential before? Now he's top 6? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he was always top 6. Either way, that's good. That's good. Look at Droz, got 78 now. I believe he was a 77 or 76 before. So that's good. There on the second line, and then you have really good chemistry. That's good. And then got these guys. I feel like Bergman likes the fourth line. Yes, he does. But not if Burke is coming off. Did Weeder get worse? I think he was a 75 and now he's a 74. Jeez. Steenbergen is a 78. But he only fits on the fourth or the first line. Defense. It's better. Screen's gone up 2 spots. I think Sosinov went up 1 point. Deneen went up 1 or 2, I think. Saryavi went up 1 or 2. Cedar is still an 82, but he went up from 80 to 82 from last season, so that's not bad. Capobianco went up to a 79 from 78. That's alright, he's 25 now, so I really hope that he develops over the course of this season, maybe. Joseph Wool is still a 79, which is okay. And Kivlenix has moved up to a 77, he was a 76 before. And then Lucas Jacek hasn't really developed. Morand, I think it was a 77 anyway, so he didn't go up at all. And same with Sharangovic. I'm just thinking these guys are better overalls than some of the other ones they're playing in the lineup. Like Weeder. So I'm just trying to figure out why. And then Moran's a 77, and he fits on the 4th line. Possibly better than Burke. No, Burke fits pretty good on the 4th line. But all these guys fit pretty good on the 4th line. Who is it that doesn't fit on the 3rd line now? Steenbergen, you motherfucker. Well, he's a better overall player, so I can't really justify that. Let's go to roster moves. See what the AHL has. Oh yeah, Marco Rossi, I forgot about him. He didn't go up a ton, he went up from a 74 to a 76. But he's only 20, so he's still got lots of time. Lots of time. Oh wow. So Profsov didn't develop at all. Dostal went up to a 74 from a 71. Zaida went from a 71 to a 73. And Tendek went from a 70 to a 72. So I think we're gonna move Prosvetov. Because he's not really, like, going to provide anything down the road for us that these guys can't do. And he's not going to develop anymore. He's already... Oh no, he's 23. He's the younger one. It's, it's Kivlenix. That's 26. But he's 77 overall now, so... If we keep playing Prosvetov, he's gonna take away from a guy like Dostal, who's got starter potential, and a guy like Zaida, who's got backup potential. I mean, he's only 23, but he's got low fringe starter potential. I don't know. I mean, Zaida, I'm not too worried about taking away from because he's 5'8", and Tendek is low fringe starter potential, and he's only 72. So if Prosvetov and Dostal are the starter backup guys, that's not too bad. So I think we're just gonna go with that. And yeah, I'll sim through the preseason, and then that'll be the end. Because who cares about the preseason? So when we start up the next stream, we won't have to worry about it. Look at that, we got a win first game. Looks like all losses. Yeah, all losses after that. Alright, so I'll sim right up to game number 1 of the season. Perfect. Alright, that's the end of the stream. Thank you for watching. Big shout out to FuzzRab for coming and watching. Make sure you give him a follow. Big shout out to Luna Desangre 801. Give her a shout out. And then all of you who didn't chat, keep watching because you are what make this possible, obviously. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you come and watch my next stream. I'll be on again probably tomorrow night, same time. I don't know if I'm gonna do this. I might do some Spider-Man or some Power Cagers or some Fortnite. We'll see what kind of mood I'm in. Thank you for coming, and I hope to see you soon. See you later.